And if he says, I can't get to Tyreek Hill, he's going to try to go to Hardman. You think I'm covering Tyreek Hill? No, I'm going right back to Hardman, cover the flat. They're going to be mixing so much where they might even confuse the fans.
That's a good point. But when you think about it, he put up almost 300 yards in a quarter against them. Like, it's like with Randy Moss. People tried all types of coverages, but he still got open and he still beat you. From the way Cheetah played this year, it's like he's approached that level of deep threat, like Deshaun Jackson and his prime level deep threat. No matter what you do, he's going to get his. And you look at the corners. Davis ran
you're right.
Davis ran a 4.5. Like, yeah, he's good, but let's not act like these corners are like speedsters. Like, they have to keep their best. Those Tampa Bay corners are at their best when they keep things in front of them. Winfield might be their most important defensive piece back there just because of his speed and versatility. So, do you think that the Chiefs are ready to play a dink and dunk? Kind of how, like, the Patriots for years, Brady, he would just dink and dunk. He wouldn't throw deep because the defense dictated that. Do you think the Chiefs can handle that kind of an adjustment with 2 weeks' notice?
Man, I think they can. I mean, you have to practice. You have to practice two different scenarios. I mean, they had literally 2 weeks versus like a regular normal week of, okay, you got this whole week and then you got the game. We had 2 weeks. So you practice for two different scenarios. You got to get ready for that. I mean, Andy Reid's been around for a long time, and he's going to get his guys set up to say, hey, Turbo's last time when we played them, we had the edge on them in the first half. Second half, they came back around, and they were able to isolate us. We need to do point A and point B so this doesn't happen again. And we maintain the lead and where they can't even come back in the game. It's going to be so many things being thrown around to the point where I'll be real here. This game is going to be a high score. Is it going to be close? Absolutely. If I had to put a final score on it, you're looking at 31-34.
Our last guest said 31-35, so
I was thinking in the 40s.
Close.
I was thinking more like 41-38. But you look at Tom Brady and last caller we had, they talked about, because Tom Brady joined a team, let's be honest, that had a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. They just needed a quarterback, and Jameis Winston made too many wild mistakes. And you look at the numbers that Brady's put up, even with O.J. Howard going down, and you have Gronk and doing what he does, and they have Scotty Miller. Like, I look at the coordinators. You talk about Todd Bowles. How much credit is Byron Leftwich going to get, and how much blame will he get if this offense stagnates in this game?
Well, let's be real here. You just said it right here. This was a top offense before Tom Brady got there. They just needed a quarterback. So Byron Leftwich, his influence with his offense, his imprint was already there. And they were still a good offense. They just didn't have the quarterback. Now you have the quarterback. This offense is still the same. It's just you got Tom Brady. I don't really think there's going to be any blame on Byron Leftwich, because when you really sit in these interviews right now, Tom Brady's talking like, hey, this is my show. I'm running it. But you still have Byron Leftwich putting his input on everything. I mean,
and that kind of speaks to when I think about black assistant coaches not getting a head coaching rub. The knock is, they didn't call plays. They're under somebody who's calling plays. It's the Eric Bieniemy situation, whatever excuse they want to use. How do you think that affects these coordinators after this game? All these black coordinators in this game, how do you think that affects them potentially getting jobs after this?
Well, I'm going to be real. Either way, if you look at it, because front offices, they're going to go back and look at what Byron Leftwich did over the years with Jameis Winston. They're still going to even look at what he did with Tom Brady. They're going to start to consider, like, well, he's coming along. Let's see him another year, and then he's probably going to be on the map. Eric Bieniemy, and see, this what gets me. I sat and listened to his presser. This man spews football. I mean, like, he's like the Joel Osteen of football.
Wow.
Like, I mean, this man make you get up and stand on your feet saying, praise God, when you listen to him talk about football.
I mean, considering the joke of we all made about the Eagles coach and the Lions introductory press conference, it's like you hear him talk and it's like, well, it can't be because he's interviewing bad. It can't be because he's saying the wrong things, because this man is way more composed than these other guys who've already gotten a job.
And Brandon Staley never has been a head coach anywhere.
Woo! Don't get me started with that one. Oh, whoa.
I'm still mad Josh McCown got an interview.
I'm trying to be on my best behavior tonight.
It's Black History Month. What's
He's not trying to lose those post game Zooms.
I feel you. You ain't got to answer. None you don't want to answer.
So when you listen to when you listen to Campbell, when he's talking about, we're going to take a kneecap out, and we're going to take this out. And mind you, he was an interim head coach with Miami, I think not once but twice.
Yep.
And he did inspire those guys. And he was offered an interview, I think, twice when that happened? I mean, he had a little bit of time with that coordinating position. He's able to call plays and whatnot, but maybe they need this look in Detroit. They need a fresh look. I mean, they need a fresh look, they need a guy that's Dan Campbell's he's like that blue collar guy. Like, look, we're gonna take care of business right now. We're gonna get dirty. There's gonna be blood and sweat. We're gonna work hard. We're gonna represent what Detroit is.
Wasn't that Patricia Stitch though? I feel like.
No, Patricia was supposed to be the tactical guy after giving up a record number of yards in the Super Bowl loss to the Eagles. And somehow he got the gig after Jim Caldwell saved Matthew Stafford's career, but
Oh, man. But
yeah.
Going back to Eric Bieniemy, if you listen to that presser, that was literally his job interview right there.
Mm.
That presser right there, I was like, I would have hired him. He knew what to say. He knew he is truly a leader of men. I listened to each and every one of the players speak about him, from Kelsey to Le'Veon Bell to Darrell Williams, Patrick Mahomes, Sammy Watkins, and Tyreek Hill, and even Andy Reid. He is a leader of men. And damn it, he needs to be a head coach. Now, I will say this to myself after analyzing a couple of the teams that he had interviewed with. Now, everybody felt that, hey, he needs to go to Houston. Real talk, I wouldn't step foot in Houston.
Even for Whataburger?
It's not a good look. Even with the situation of having Deshaun Watson there, I wouldn't even step into Houston.
All right, last question. Just overall big picture, getting the home team in the Super Bowl, Brady versus Mahomes. Do you feel like the NFL got the Super Bowl that it wanted?
You know what? The NFL always gets what they want. I mean, we go back and look at how, I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch that ESPN 30 for 30 with Al Davis versus the NFL.
Nah, I haven't watched it, but I know the story.
It's on the docket.
Let's put it like this: the NFL always gets what they get, and they got the game that they wanted. They wanted Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. The question is, who's going to come out superior and victorious?
All right, Phil. Great stuff, man. Well, I got one more last question. How do you feel about the term DMV since you are in Maryland?
D.C., Maryland, Virginia. Look, we rep D.C. and Maryland, but, with the way Virginia be acting sometimes, we don't usually rep them all the time. We be like, man.
Thank you.
We like we the DM. We
we in the DMs.
Virginia. I'm like, what Virginia do for me? Virginia, they if you go 5 miles over the speed limit, you're gonna get that nasty ticket, and then you gotta definitely go to court, and you could be facing jail time with that. So yeah, we don't rep Virginia that much.
That Commonwealth ain't no joke.
All right, Phil. Well, let the people know where they can find you. Let them know what you're working on, what you got coming up, all that good stuff. Social media channels.
All right, you guys can find me on Twitter at Phil Jones NFL, as well as Instagram Phil Jones at Phil Jones NFL. Look for the show The Unfiltered Truth on YouTube. Just type that in. You'll see a goofy-looking Phil Jones and Phil Robinson III with me, my brother from another. Anything new I have coming up? It's a basketball league I just discovered. They're literally called the Undiscovered. I mean, they're a legit league. They're kind of like Euro League. I've been doing research and just watching a couple of the games. So if you guys are interested in it, just hit me up. I'll give you the links on that. And
that's cool.
Oh yeah, I have all my Super Bowl interviews with players up on my Twitter page, IG page, and Facebook page. Other than that, if I'm gonna throw some fire for you guys, you know where to find it.
You already know, bro. I gotta tell you this because I was watching a lot of your interviews on Twitter. And then Pete said something that made me laugh. And he said, y'all two kind of look alike, right? I was like, damn, we kind of do.
Chris Jones?
He's like, damn. He's like, you and Phil kind of look alike. I was like, word. But not like on the Sean Kingston tip, because, that's just a bunch of high school trauma all over again. I still hate Sean Kingston a little bit.
Hey, look, long story short, I had my hair looking like Sean Kingston one day, and somebody said, J.R. Sean Kingston.
Yo,
I was like, oh
no, bro.
They said, come on, bro. It was literally after football practice. They said, come on, bro. You got to do the dance. You got to hit the suicide.
They made me sing it, bro.
I had to walk away.
Bro, my coaches played the song. Teachers played it in class. There was a girl she played. I was like, wow, I'm gonna just not even focus on females in high school. You can't say I can't. She's singing the song at me, and I'm just like, wow, I can't turn this one around. I just got to wear this for 3.5 years. And this was right at the height of the jerking era, bro. This was 2007, 2010, all of high school. I had to bear that. Just the Sean Kingston jokes. And it's bad because there's a picture of him and me and him on the same exact shirt. And so I still have the shirt. It's a red striped shirt. I was like, damn. I was like, why? I was like, but I was wearing this before he even got on. They're like, nah. He's living your life right now. I was like, yeah, he is. I'm going to have to go find him.
Nah, what's worse, when you get into college, your freshman year, oh, no, it wasn't my freshman year, it was my sophomore year. They started comparing me. They said, bro, that's Craig Robinson right there.
Oh. Don't grow a fur out.
They hit me the Craig Robinson, and then look, what was it? What was the movie that came out? This Is the End?
Oh, man.
Bro, you gotta get on the piano and say, "Pick your panties off." You gotta hit it, man. Come on, Phil.
Hi, Rihanna.